Okay, today we continue tracking the fallout after the U.S. military, jointly with Israel, attacked Iran, taking out its leader and most of its parliament. Political analyst Steve Swatt joins us now live. Steve, glad you're here with us today. So Iran is retaliating, obviously. They're also retaliating against neighboring countries that had nothing to do with this. You know, you got the United Arab Emirates, you got Dubai. Did the U.S. and Israel expect that that would happen, and why are they doing that?
Well, I think Iran telegraphed that they would do that.
Okay.
And they're doing that, I think, for a number of reasons. One, they're allies of ours, and, we have bases in their countries. And two, I think they would like them to think that the U.S., at least partially, cannot protect them. And if they get some doubt there, the idea is for them, that's from Iran's standpoint, for them to then go to the U.S. and say, hey, why don't you back off a little bit?
So the U.S. Constitution, you have to get congressional approval based on that to go to war.
Article 1, Section 8.
There you go. So how is it that we are doing this with Israel and this has not been approved? How does this happen?
It happens because it happens all the time.
Okay.
If you go back in American history, only 5 times has Congress actually declared war in a combat.
Okay.
Going back, and the latest one was 1942, was World War II. So all the wars since then, I mean, you're talking about Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. Those have all been done with the president going forward with attacks and Congress having no say. Now, there are lots of people in Congress, especially Democrats, but some Republicans say, no, you do need to declare a war and go through Congress, which has to authorize that. But this president and previous presidents have had no inclination to do that.
Well, that's interesting that you would, and I'm glad you did point that out, because a lot of people are saying, well, President Trump is acting out of bounds here, but you're saying other presidents have done that. We have been dealing with 2 ayatollahs since 1979. What is going on? Why attack now, this past weekend, as opposed to prolonging or having done it a year or 2 ago?
Well, it's interesting. So President Trump has said there are several reasons for doing it. One is to destabilize their missile program. The other one is to wipe out their nuclear arms program. And that is kind of interesting because on the nuclear arms front, he had said back in June, after we had attacked Iran, that we had obliterated their capabilities.
Right.
And then he stated that again at a State of the Union 4 days before the attack. So if they've been obliterated, why do we have to go do that? Now he's sort of backing off that. And as a matter of fact, a couple days ago, he said they could have a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks. But now that is no longer one of the reasons. He's saying they're working on developing it. Is
this because the administration is getting some heat from people? Like, come on, what's the real reason that this is going on now?
I think there has been some mixed messages out there, and that is a problem. And what you need to do, and what other presidents have done leading up to these confrontations, is you try to massage the political environment and the news environment ahead of time so that you get buy-in. This president didn't do this, and one of the ramifications are you have polls out now that are indicating pretty significant disapproval of this action.
Like 60% or so. All
right.
Steve Swatt, thank you for weighing in on what's going on in Iran to the moment.